it's just life's crazy, man. Like, I'm gonna share something with you. It's, it doesn't make sense, but again, nobody knows what we go through. My dumbass, 18 days before I fought Charles, I was riding my bicycle to the gas station to get some nicotine pouches, and I had like a vicious crash on my bike, smoked my head off the road, road rash all down my back, and then, go in there and again take that damage that I took in that fight, and that's why I'm taking so much time off. But I mean, I don't, no, it's just crazy what we go through. Each and every one of us has different circumstances. That was such a hurdle in my last thing. As soon as it happened, I had to go home and act like it didn't happen, act like my vision didn't go 100% fucked up for 2 seconds, and that's what we've been doing since we were kids. You put that doubt aside, and as soon as that happened, it's like, okay, what do I do next? How do I continue to improve and continue to just be ready for this fight? So yeah, it's life's crazy. I'm excited again. I really wanted to take that break because of those instances of trauma, but I'm ready to do it again. I'll tell you that. I really did.
Thank you.
Just to elaborate, when you said you fell, was it a motorcycle that you crashed?
No, just a bicycle. I wasn't doing anything stupid. It was just my pedal snapped off when I was riding. I was just crazy. Stupid is what it was.
You mentioned being able to put that behind you. Like, how do you do that? Do you just go home and go?
I was 12 weeks into a camp. I was thousands. I mean, all I know is to compete. And I don't let myself feel anything. I try to take away all the emotions, so I'm constantly either running from it or I feel like I can control it. But in that instance, it was just like, oh, I fucked up. This is not good, But I've put in I didn't feel compromised, like externally, not even internally, because at that moment I was, ready for war. So.
So it wasn't like playing on your mind as you're like going through fight week.
No, not at all. I mean, I had a crazy rug burn. I was lubing myself up all day, every day, trying to get it to go away. And it went away really, really well. But yeah, I mean, fucking stupid is what it was at the end of the day. But, I had put so much work in, and there was no chance I wasn't going to, I was going to back. I've never backed out of a fight. I didn't feel like I needed to then. I still don't think I should have, and I'm glad I didn't. Mm-hmm. That was a great fight. Yeah. I was very emotional because I was at home. I think that was the mistake I made, is I let the moment get to me. And that's the lesson you learn to the next one.
You're a student of the game, right? And you mentioned about, do I need X amount of time after trauma to be able to keep going and stuff. I'm not saying that you'll look at that fight and go, if only. But do you think maybe if I hadn't had that crash...
Yeah, that's why I don't even want to talk about it, because, I mean... I don't fucking know, and I don't want it to sound like anything like that. That's just something that happened, and I'm a dumbass. That is what it is. And I haven't shared it, and that's why I've taken this much time off. That's the reason. I wanted to get my nose fixed. That was a bonus. The nose, it's great.
People don't have any idea what y'all fighters go through before the camp, and that it's a blessing when you guys actually step in the octagon. So, how do you just feel about that comment? Just even talking about riding the bike, that happening.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's all the things that can happen. A car crash, not a serious one, even just a minor one. With some whiplash or some sore joints. Bruised bones. We're all going into these fights with bruised bones. I mean, yeah, it's 8 weeks of high intensity, 6 days a week, and if you aren't, the young guys. You think you're gonna live forever. You think you're invincible, and you don't go home and rest and eat and do those things. Then you fall apart real fast. But yeah, making it to the fight is absolutely a blessing, because in order to prepare for something like that, you have to push yourself to these crazy intense workouts. You try to get the partners that are going to take care of you, but you need the partners that are going to push you to be ready for some chaos. So it's a weird middle ground that we have to constantly find. Now as we get older, and we make it and we get the resources. We can put an ice bath in I can put an infrared sauna. I can, have a treadmill so that I don't have to, go run up the mountains, and I can, have a little bit less impact on my joints. But yeah, it's a blessing every single time.
Have you ever went into a fight 100%?
I mean, I feel like I've always been 100% because I don't allow those things to deter my actions. You know, at the end of the day, when I step in there, there's only 5 things that are going to affect the outcome. Most of it and all of it, it has to do with my choices, actions, effort, and yeah, those things don't matter anymore. But to make it to the fight, I mean, you just gotta be careful, you know. And it sounds dumb because we're getting ready to do something really dangerous.